More Leopard 1 tanks are heading to Ukraine right now. About 30 decommissioned tanks from Belgium are heading back to Germany to be refurbished and modernized as well. The company that makes the tanks says they'll be able to begin sending them to Kyiv within the next 6 months. The news comes as Ukraine admits its counteroffensive is moving much slower than initially hoped. CBS News foreign correspondent Holly Williams joins us now from London to talk about this issue. Holly, how will this new round of tanks really help Ukraine, given that they've been using ammunition really faster than they can get it?
Yeah, hey there, Errol. This is quite a strange story, actually, because it's coming not from a government or a government official, but from a private company, an arms trader. That's the source that people are quoting. That company says that it sold the tanks and that they'll be heading to Ukraine. The CEO of that company was quoted by the Reuters news agency as saying that it actually sold 50 tanks to an unspecified European government, and that the tanks would ultimately go to Ukraine. The Guardian newspaper here in the UK is quoting that same CEO saying that some of the tanks will actually be used in Ukraine for spare parts. Look, I think the bottom line here is that from outside of Ukraine, what we see is billions and billions of dollars worth, tens of billions of dollars worth of weapons heading into the country. And, you know, that seems like a lot. But think about it from the perspective of Ukraine and people inside Ukraine. They've essentially halted the Russian invasion of their country. But now what they're trying to do is remove those Russian forces. And, you know, they're dug in and it's hard to do that. And there are so many more weapons that they want, that they're desperate for, including more tanks, and that from their perspective just isn't coming fast enough.
And Holly, to your point on Ukraine now doing everything it can to remove Russia from the country, Ukraine is claiming that it hit a Russian command post in the southern Kherson region. Just explain for our viewers why that is significant and if it truly is a sign that things are moving forward for Ukraine's counteroffensive.
Well, look, it is significant, and here's why. Ukraine says it hit a Russian military command post in Novakhovka, which is in southern Ukraine, as you said, in the Kherson region. We've seen some video. We can't independently verify it, but it looks like some kind of a strike. Now, why is that so important? Why is that getting attention? That area around Novakhovka is the gateway to Crimea. And remember that area, Crimea, was annexed by Russia back in 2014, the last time Russia invaded Ukraine. And the Ukrainians will also need to take that area around Novakhovka if they want to cut off Crimea from the other areas in eastern Ukraine that Russia has occupied. But doing that means getting its forces across the Dnieper River, which sort of cuts its way, snakes its way through central Ukraine. Now, Ukraine retook Kherson city back in November. That's on the right bank of the Dnieper River. Novakhovka is on the left bank, the other side. So it is strategically key for the Ukrainians to take that area as part of their counteroffensive.
There's one other headline I want to ask you about, Holly, out of Ukraine, and that's that Russia is now launching a criminal investigation into an explosion at a plant actually near Moscow. What do we know about what happened at that plant and what exactly Russia's looking for?
Yeah, Errol, this is another very interesting story. This was a massive blast in a factory just outside of Moscow, about 50 miles north of the Russian capital. Russian officials are saying that at least 45 people were injured. Some of them are apparently in intensive care. Other reports saying that dozens of apartment buildings were damaged in the area. Now, the reason this is getting so much attention is that the factory reportedly makes equipment for the Russian military. And in recent months, we've seen a whole spate of attacks inside Russia, explosions, drone attacks, even incursions into southern Russia. Now, we don't know exactly what happened here. Apparently, as you said, there's a criminal investigation centered on, industrial safety standards, but certainly there will be some who suspect that this is in some way connected to the war in Ukraine.
All right, comprehensive update there. Holly Williams, always great to have you on. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Errol.